Other People's Money, written by Jeff Knoop, based on a true story. Mark sitting on his bed talking on his cell phone. Mark to phone, you never cared about me. Mark rolls his eyes. Mark contied, holding phone away from ear, more like a parasite than a friend. Mark pushes the phone down and away from himself as far as his arm will reach. Mark contered. I feel like I'm negotiating with someone who's raping me. Mark taps the end call button. He blocks Patty in his phone contacts. Later, the room is dark. Mark is dreaming peacefully. His breathing is slow and relaxed. Mark stirs. Suddenly he sits up. He groans and holds his stomach. He looks at the clock. It's 3:30 a.m. Fuck, Mark. He gets up and flicks the light switch on. The overhead light is unbearable. He groans. He stumbles out of the room, stubbing his toe on the threshold thunk. He walks it off. Mark moves slowly towards the kitchen sink. He picks up a bottle of pills from the counter and shakes it hopefully, kaka, kaka. He opens the bottle and throws a pill in the air. He catches it in his mouth and swallows it uncomfortably. He turns on the water filter spout. The water hits the metal sink. Peh. He puts his head in the sink and drinks from the gentle fountain. He rubs his lower back and grimaces. Mark opens the curtains. There's a brick wall just outside the window. Zombie-like, Mark plops down on the couch, stares out the window, and watches the sunrise. X. NYC Bar Courtyard Night. Mark and Patty are at a small table. Patty, I feel really bad. Mark, do you? Patty, look, I'm going to pay you. Mark, that's what you said when you borrowed the money 2 years ago. Patty, I have a project. Mark, seriously, how many people have you said that to? For how many years? How many people have you borrowed money from and not paid it back or not delivered on what you promised? Patty looks angry. We see Gianna, 60s, Patty's business partner, former actress, indie studio owner, producer, sitting at a nearby table with a friend. Gianna, laughing, the trick is to use other people's money. They laugh. Mark turns red with anger. He starts to get up. Patty puts her hand on Mark's arm to soothe him. Patty, she's going to pay you back. The Chinese are going to give her a bunch of money soon. Mark, it's been 17 years. At $200 a month, it'll take another 25 years. Mark stares at Gianna, seething. Mark, my story is all I have. It's the only collateral. I trusted both of you. I treated you like friends. You get to decide if it's an Aristotelian comedy or a tragedy. Patty stares at Mark. Mark, I've made a link-only playlist on YouTube with summaries, songs, and this opening. Patty scoffs. Patty, I'm going to pay you. Mark, you're not going to dictate the terms anymore. You two are a team. I'm not giving you the rights until you both pay. Maybe she should take a loan out against her mother's house that she inherited. I don't know. It's not my problem. It's criminal to take people's money and not give it back. Patty, how dare you? I am not a criminal. Mark, the only way you're going to give it back is if there are consequences. You need to have your dark night of the soul. Find out your way doesn't work. You're getting nowhere ripping people off. Patty, I'm not ripping anyone off. Mark. Hell, you tried to sell me into slavery with that gangster that wants to kill you for $10K. You also tried to sell me to a very unpleasant old friend of yours and leave me stranded in the middle of nowhere growing weed. Patty, laughing, you love growing weed. Mark, I've seen The Mask down enough times to know. Friends told me you were a con artist and a bad chick. I should have listened. Patty, who said that? Mark, you even tried to coerce me into marrying you when I was suicidally depressed. You were disinherited. Is that what you wanted? You wanted to get in on my inheritance? Patty, you're paranoid. Mark, what should my conclusion be about you? I really don't think you give a fuck about me or my well-being. I think you take pleasure in killing my buzz. You're jealous. You're getting revenge because I couldn't take your irresponsibility anymore. Patty, I left you. Mark, nodding head, no, you sold me out on the screenplay too. Didn't you? Traded my labour and my writing credit for a debt. Did he loan you money too? Patty drinks her margarita, irritated. Mark the psychic said there's an evil entity attached to you. I think it's true. Patty turns red and looks scary. Patty, Jesus, I am not stealing your money. Patty drinks her margarita angrily. Mark, right now you owe me $49,999. I'll give you 30 days to pay, and I'll throw the movie rights in. Patty chuckles. Mark. In a month, it's 59,999 including the rights. It goes up 10,000 every month. Patty, you're joking? Mark. If I workshop it, in a couple months, add 20,000. You'll get a nutshell of the story, a beat sheet, and a first draft. Patty laughs in disbelief. Just add 10K for a second draft. It's a bargain given how much upset you've caused. You two should make the movie. It's your story. Fuck this. Patty. Patty throws her glass down. It shatters violently. Core. Broken glass hits nearby customers. People gasp and stare. Two cops get up from a nearby table and approach Patty. Patty, it was an accident. I just dropped a glass. Cop, that's not what I just saw. The cop starts to handcuff Patty. She struggles. It's clearly not the first time she's been arrested. Patty, no. Cop, please, don't resist. The bar is silent. Everyone is staring at Patty. Patty looks around. She's embarrassed. The cops cuff her and lead her away. Her voice echoes as she protests all the way down the stairs. Patty, OS, I didn't do anything wrong. Let me go. No, INT therapist's office day. Patty and a therapist are on recliners facing each other. It's a bare-bones office. Therapist, you don't want to be here? No. Patty, therapist, they made you? Yes, Patty. Therapist, do you know why you're here? Patty, I dropped a glass. The therapist looks at a clipboard. Therapist, I guess they thought maybe I could help you with your anger, and Patty, it's like I'm stuck in some dumb movie. They call this anger management. Therapist, do you think I can help you? Patty, I'm fine. It's everyone else that needs help. The therapist can't help but smile. Patty, it's true. Everyone is such a pussy. They're always complaining about when they get their money. Therapist, is that what you were upset about when you threw the glass? Patty, I told you. It was an accident. Patty gets up and heads for the door. Therapist, I can't let you leave. To turn the doorknob. The door's INT, house party, night. On screen 20 years earlier. A young Mark and Patty are eating jello shots with friends, laughing, joking. They kiss for the first time.